Welcome to Live with Lindsay. Stop shoulding all over yourself. No, I did not say a bad word. I'm saying should, S-H-O-U-L-D, like should. How many of us just do things because we think we're supposed to do them, right? Because maybe it's a cultural norm, or it's an expectation from our families, or even that we just think like, oh, this is something I feel I should be doing. I'm telling you right now, it's time to stop doing that, because when we do that, we're constantly in this people-pleasing mode instead of God-pleasing, right? So it's coming to the end of the year, and I have to talk about this because the holidays can be kind of tricky, right? It's a point where you're seeing a lot of family, which can muster up some conversations between either family members or even your husband. And so I want to empower you to make decisions based on what God wants for you and not what the world or expectations of family or even friends. Because I mean, if they're real friends, they shouldn't be shutting all over you either, okay? Now, you're listening to this, it may even be Halloween today, but the holidays are approaching. And I have to tell you, even then, there are some Christians who are like staunch in the fact that no one, especially if you are a Christian, should be celebrating Halloween. There are some who are like, dude, it's fine. We don't even trick or treat. We do a trunk or treat at church. We're good. All I can say is this, my friends. God has definitely called us to be truth and light to this world, right? We are called to be that. But we're also called to do it with love. And sometimes, of course, God calls us to be bold. But Jesus, he did flip tables, right? Like he went out, there was this like wrath. But he also was Jesus. There was more stories about his love than it was the table flipping. So if you feel like, gosh, I have a really close friend that, she's celebrating this and I'm not sure if they should. Again, go to the Lord. Start praying for that family or that friend that you think, I don't think they should be celebrating this holiday, because at the end of the day, it's up to the Lord. It's between them and God. It's not for us to put our judgy Janet pants on and think, I know what you're supposed to do with your family, okay? No one knows your narrative. No one knows what past that person has been through. So there's so much grace to be shed. I share this because I coach women all the time, and this is a time during the year where there can be tears, there can be frustrations, like, I wanted to host Thanksgiving, but my new sister-in-law said it's going to be at her house, and it's like everything's unraveling, and it's like, let's have some perspective here, right? Let's go to the Lord. Like, is our heart a little hardened right now? Do we need to massage our heart and have God let us be more graceful? Or do we need to stand up and make a boundary? Because every year, it's always at this person's house, and we should be going there, but maybe you feel called this year that you're going to keep it intimate with you and just your little family. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? You are not bound to what your parents tell you to do or your friends, and you should be at this party. Like, go and do and celebrate the way that God has called you. If that means you're going to simplify things, simplify it. If you're like, we really don't do much, I think we need to take some more action and have fun with our kids, or go make some new traditions. But stop shoulding in the fact that you're doing things because you think it's the right thing to do because others want you to do it. Okay? So as we're approaching Christmas, Thanksgiving, be asking God, how can I make these moments with family enjoyable? It's Jesus's birthday in Christmas. Like, how can you not have that joy just exuding through you? If you shut down, which a lot of women do, it's a time where they feel more depressed, they feel anxious because of the holidays. Change that script. Ask God. Say, I'm unenrolling in this idea that every year it's so stressful and every year I get into a fight with my family or my husband or whatever that is. Unenroll in that story and start to ask God, create a new story for me and my family for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, whatever you're celebrating, because he wants to be part of all of that and have you do it in such a way that there is joy, because holidays are supposed to be happy times. Now, I'm going to share this story with you, and it's in Matthew 26:7 or Mark 14:3. If you read the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they're all the same, just written from a different perspective, right? So a lot of the stories overlap. So in this story, it's Passover dinner, right? So this is right before Jesus is going to go die on the cross. And the disciples don't know this yet. Jesus is preparing, but they're having dinner, breaking bread. And this woman comes in with an alabaster jar full of perfume. I mean, it's like expensive perfume. she starts to get on her knees. She's bowing down to the Lord, and she's using her hair, her tears, the alabaster jar, the perfume, and she is at Jesus' feet, okay? The disciples are beside themselves. They are just like, what is this woman doing? I can't believe look at this jar of alabaster, like this alabaster jar full of this perfume. We could have sold it and given the money to the poor. Okay, righteous Ralph, okay, trying to do the right thing. God's over here going, no, this woman will be remembered in the gospel always. He says that because her heart is in the right place. You will always have the poor, but you will not always have me. And here she is giving everything she has to Jesus. Again, going and giving to the poor isn't bad, but sometimes the right thing at the wrong time is us shoulding in a place that we're not supposed to, right? Oh, we should give that to the poor. Well, maybe God's saying, no, not right now. This woman in, the cultural norm was that should be given to the poor, and let's be righteous in front of the Lord. And God's saying, actually, what's righteous is you loving me and spending time with me. So I want to encourage you as you're looking at this holiday season, as you're preparing for 2023, to stop enrolling in that place of fulfilling expectations that are outside the will of God for you. Love you.